What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel everyone. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fine. This bike I took I think in 2018 and to be precise September. So करीब मेरे ख्याल से it is close to 2 years now that I have been riding this bike. I've done around 11,338 kilometers to be precise. And today we'll talk about my ownership experience about CBR 650F. Let's talk about the looks of this bike. I mean, this is the only bike in India right now which is fully faired, that everybody loves it. It's an inline 4, it's a sports tourer, and it is in a best class of a super bike that is around mid capacity, which is around 600cc. And this is the only bike which is best of both worlds. And if you see the looks of it, it gives a full superbike feel. If you talk about the fairing, the single pod headlamp, LED finish, and the overall the shape of the bike is something which is very good for a sports tourer. It is not a all-out machine with respect to the superbike that we usually see from the super sports category, but yes, it is very good for the sports tourer. The ground clearance could have been better, but it is still very good for the sports touring category. The feel of the bike, if you can see, if I sit, it gives a very good feel of the bike. You are very comfortable riding it. The foot peg is not that rear set, so you are really comfortable in the bike. And when you sit, you get a very good position for a sports tourer. It is neither very lean forward and it is neither very upright. So you are actually in the best of both worlds situation. Handlebar is also slightly on a higher side, bit raised so that it is not touching any of the fairings. So in that respect, the look and feel of the bike, the switch gears, and the overall fit and finish of the bike is very good. I've also added a MRA touring windscreen. So if you can see here, this is also adding to the overall fit and finish. The black portion is gelling very well with the headlight unit. So it is looking very good, and this is a very good accessories that I've got. It is suiting very well with the overall look and feel of the bike. Well, if you see the switch and gear, it is all very good in nature, very good. Honda could have changed the switch, but I am now used to it. जब मैंने start किया था तो I was finding it a bit difficult to do the horns and the indicators, but right now I'm kind of okay. I don't feel any need of that there's a difference in terms of the position of the horns and the indicator. So it is kind of very good right now. So I'm pretty much used to this bike and very happy with the overall looks of the bike. So out of 5, I give a rating of maybe 4. I could have given 4.5 because I personally like the dual headlights in front, but since it is a single pod headlight, I would still say that it's not bad, but it is 4 for me. And why not 5? Because there's always a scope of improvement, so it will never be 100% for a super bike. So 4.5 is something which it can maximum reach out to. Talking about the ride and handling of this bike, I would say this is an all-rounder of a bike. You can take it to office, you can take it for touring, you can take it for track day. This is meant for everything, and it can go anywhere. Yeah, it will not do an adventure touring kind of stuff, but you can do most of the biking needs that one would have. This is an all-rounder of a bike, and I have driven it for 11,500 kilometers, and I can say that you can take this bike anywhere, any situation. This bike doesn't heat up, so you can do long rides. I have cruised on this bike for 140 kilometers for 1 hour without 1.5 hours without any issues. Obviously your rear sometimes gets tricky, you need to stop, but you will be in so love with this bike that you will definitely like the ride and handling of the bike. I can understand that some might feel that it is a bit heavier, on a heavier side, but this is a heavily built bike and it can do everything anywhere you want. In that sense, I can say that it is a bit heavier, but it's still manageable. It's not that you cannot manage, and you'll get used to it. And that's what I have also felt, that I have from the day that I started until now, I felt it is very flickable in nature. So the overall ride and handling of this bike is very good. The rear section tire, 180 section, everything is so good for this bike is that I'm in love with this bike. I have used this bike for my office needs, felt very good. This bike has a single seat, and in all my YouTube videos, and when I go through the comments, I always see people asking me how is the comfort of the pillion seat, and I can tell you that out of 11,400 kilometers, I think I have ridden with pillion for around 3 to 3,500 kilometers, and I can tell you that this is one of the best sports tourer in this category, and it is having the grooves as well, and it is very comfortable. You will not feel anything, and it is also supported by the fact that the suspension also is very beautifully done. It is neither very hard and it is neither very soft. So in that sense, it is pretty well laid out with respect to the ride and handling, and yeah, it is very comfortable, very good for the ride and handling category. Talking about the engine of this bike, as I said, this is an all-rounder in most of the category. Engine-wise also it is perfectly built for this bike. This engine is a newer engine, specifically made for this bike. The Indian version has around 61 Nm of torque and around 85 or 84 bhp of power, because it is very linear in nature, and because of that you will not feel that you are riding a very big bike. It would be a bike which you can ride the way you want. The best part about the engine in this bike is that it will never get heated up. You can continuously ride this bike for 4 hours to 5 hours with constant speeds of around 140 to 150 kilometers. But you will never feel that you are riding this bike for so long. Engine kabhi bhi garam nahi hogi. It would be very refined, and it would become more refined if you ride for that continuous hours. So in that sense, it is very good. The average, I'm getting around 21.5, 21 to 21.5 on highways. It depends on how you do the throttling of the bike. The more you throttle out, the less average would be. But on an average, you will get around 21 liters in highways. In cities, I'm getting around 19 to 20 kilometers per liter because of traffic. So in that sense, it is very refined engine. No problem. I'm very happy with the engine. If I have to choose some improvement area with respect to the engine, is that there is a slight bit of vibrations at around 4,500 rpm to 5,000 rpm. It's very slight. I'm basically nitpicking here when I say this, but अगर आप performance exhaust install कर लोगे like Akrapovic, Arrow or SC Project or what not, then I think you will not feel it. आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा कि there's a slight bit of vibration. It's very slight. So in that sense, no problem with the engine, all good. Yeah, that's about it for the engine side. Talking about the suspension of this bike comes with 41 mm telescopic Showa dual bending suspension. They have upgraded the suspension from the previous generation that was launched in 2015 till 2017. So this Showa suspension came in 2018. Very good. I would still say that there is a scope of improvement in the suspension. There are two reasons to it. First, I would have preferred USD forks in this category of a bike. Telescopic is fine, but USD would have been better. I know it would be adding a lot more to the maintenance part of it, but USD is something that would have been better. 650R has that, and that's a good addition, I think. Second thing which I feel an improvement is needed is that the suspension travel. I sometimes feel that the suspension is bottoming out in potholes, but it is more or less with respect to the riding style of the rider. I am kind of a person who actually would want to jump over the potholes, I would not advise many people to do that, but I do that, so I might feel that it is having a slightly less suspension travel. But yeah, I felt that previous generation CBR 650F, which was having a telescopic one, but not the Showa one, was not bottoming out, but this one is bottoming out. Uh, that is something that Honda can look into, but it's not something that I would still say that it is a point of concern. It is the way the bike is, and it is all dependent on the riding style of the rider. So the front suspension is okay, with slight improvement that any suspension would have. Coming to the rear suspension, as I said previously, it is an all-rounder bike. सब कुछ कर सकती है. So the suspension is something which is playing a major part in this, because it is neither hard and neither soft. So that is why it can go to a track. It comes with 7 preload adjustment. You can do that. I have not done till now. आज तक मैंने कुछ नहीं changes किया है, and I am very happy with it, because मैं usually Pillion के साथ ride करता नहीं हूँ, so my preload doesn't change much. So I have kept the stock setup, and it is doing for me. So till now it is very good for me at this point in time. One thing I would want to talk about the suspension is that a lot of people talked about that with the hard braking, does the bike have a dip in front? I would say no. There is no dip in the front when you apply the hard brakes. The bike doesn't dip, and it remains very stable even if you apply a very hard brake. Coming to the brakes, this bike has 320 mm dual pedal disc, as you can see. Dual channel ABS, absolutely excellent brakes in front. The bite of the brake is very good. I have not had any issues. I have still not changed my brake pads. It is still running stock. The expected date of change would be around 15,000. So this brake has holded very good with my kind of riding style. Usually the brake pad is something that depends on the style of the rider, but for me it has holded very good till now, and I have had no issues with the brakes. I don't know the exact figure of the braking, but it is a very strong braking power that the front has in this bike. Absolutely happy with that. There's no problem. Coming to the rear section brake, it is good. It is still the Nissan calipers, but I would say that this is something that can be improved with lot more bite. I sometimes feel that I'm missing the bite on the rear side as compared to the front. So that is something that can be looked at, but there's nothing alarming as such. Coming to the servicing of this bike, this is one of the best thing about a super bike from Honda, is that the servicing of the bike is light on the pocket, and it is very easy to maintain. You would be surprised, and I think if you have not seen my videos of the first and the second servicing of the bike, you should see that. First service, I think I've paid around 3,000 rupees. I've done oil change in that, I've done filter change, I've done my brake fluids checked, I've got my filter cleaning done, and all service basically as part of the prescribed service maintenance of the Honda CBR 650F. So overall service has been very good. All the spare parts are easily available. Ayush is giving a superb job in terms of providing all the spares. It's a shout out for him. Silicon Honda has been very supportive in terms of getting all the spares, be it the MRS screen, be it my Akrapovic, which I've taken from them, be it the BMC filter, be it the tank pads, be it the stickers, be it the foams, everything. So spares and service is something that you should be very proud of Honda, and I am not saying anything negative in that front. I'm very happy with the service, and this is the reason that I would say that if you're getting something on the similar price band, do consider Honda in that respect, because the service is something that will bring a smile onto your face. You don't need to worry about anything with respect to the service of the Honda bikes. At least for CBR 650F, it is very good. I hope you would have liked the review of my ownership experience of 650F, CBR 650F. And if you are happy with what I'm trying to provide you with my ownership experience, please do consider subscribing with notification. Press the bell notification. So until next time, bye bye guys. I hope you had a good experience and you have utilized your time well. So bye bye.